Hey guys, Mike here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Jeep's almost ready, just got a couple more jobs to do, and no less than 6 months ago, probably less than that, I installed these LED headlights and I got given these on sponsorship. I've been offered a new headlight, which I've got in front of me just here, and it's probably the nicest 5x7 truck headlight I've actually seen to date, and it's a relatively new headlight from a company called LOYO, and I was a bit reluctant to accept it given I've been offered these not that long ago, but looking at the specs of the headlight and some of the selling points of it, the reason I've accepted it is for a number of reasons. First off, it's DOT SAE approved. You can see other markings as well, VOR, which basically means visually optically aimable right. So this particular headlight is designed for people who are driving on the right hand side of the road, and instead of just a flat beam, this actually produces like a Z. It's going to be much less likely to blind oncoming traffic. So if you're driving on the left hand side of the road, then this headlight isn't for you, but they might produce a VOL, I'm not sure. It's a pretty new product, so I guess LOYO can comment in the description below. But another cool feature is it actually has a turn signal. You know, it's a nice touch, it makes the light look cool, but it can also just be white as well. Obviously, like all these videos, this is a sponsorship video. I have been given this product. I have sold my ass to LOYO, and hopefully they'll take good care of it. Jokes aside, you can obviously look in the description and you'll see the link to this product. It's up to you, but just full disclosure. But I'm going to install these headlights now, and there's, I guess, a number of ways you can install them, which you can install it like that, you know, or you can do crab eyes and have them on the outside like that, which I'm not able to do with my own eyes. But I guess if you're going to turn them round like that, then the turn signal's not really going to make sense. Whether it's like that, it's going to make sense. So I'm going to install them this way. See how it looks. It's the way it looks on the picture on the website, and I like the look of it. Before I install these, I have the XJ relay kit in this vehicle. They're cheap as anything. You can get them for like $10 on Amazon. LOYO might even sell it, and if they do, I'll put it in the description below. But I'd always recommend doing that if you're going to switch to an aftermarket headlight. I just do it anyway, because this is the XJ headlight switch, this archaic piece of technology, and they burn out. And having the relay kit takes the load off of this switch and stops them melting. It's a really good mod to do, and it makes putting headlights in a lot easier as well. So before I play around with the turn signal, I'm just going to plug these in and obviously just test whether they're working. So there's the day runners, normal driving lights, and main beams. So the lights appear to be working, but I am crap with electronics basically, so I can't really get the signal light working. I mean, everything's working fine, and I've spliced a line to the signal light. It works when everything's unplugged, but it only works when it runs really fast. So I'm assuming it's a voltage problem. I'm assuming with it spliced into that line there isn't enough voltage for it to trigger the relay or whatever that's in this light to make the orange light come on. So I assume I need to find somewhere to trace this wire back to that's going to supply it with more voltage. Technical terms, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just guessing. So apologies for the audio problems in this video. You can probably hear that the microphone kind of sounding a bit different from time to time, but the microphone actually stopped working for this scene, but I fixed the problem. It was a voltage issue. So as soon as I started the engine and the battery was getting some juice, everything started working fine. So I just soldered the signal wire into the existing signal wire on the Jeep, and that's how I've left it. So I just put a bit of protection on the wire. Can't go wrong with a bit of protection, and this should hopefully fit in kind of nice. Got to make sure that these wires are stuffed out back there. Yeah, just like that. Well, the lights are all installed, and I gotta say I really love the look at them. I rarely get a boner over LED headlights and stuff like that, but these are looking pretty smart. They've kind of got that look that really suits the front grille of the Cherokee and modernises the facelift version of it up a little bit. But they've also got that kind of little bit retro Where's Wally look as well, which I kind of like the look of too. I mean, obviously the signal light isn't really necessary on a Cherokee in a sense. You've got this light at the side, this light at the side here, so you don't really need it, but it is a nice touch. And these are obviously 7x5, so they're not just designed for the XJ, they're just going to fit tons of old trucks and vans and vehicles out there. So there might be vehicles out there that don't have such a sort of heavy duty signal light, and something like that's just a little bit of an extra, but it's a nice touch. It does kind of upset the OCD just a little bit that one's slightly hanging lower than the other, but it's just the way God made me, right? Other questions you might have are how do they perform in winter, in snow and cold conditions? Not just in terms of them frosting up, but actually what do they look like on a white road when you're driving along on the ice roads and all you can see is light reflecting back at you, and that I can't answer. I ran the last set of lights the whole winter that you just saw, and in fact I've run LED lights for the last 5 winters I've lived here and not really experienced too much of an issue, but the last set of lights were very bright. They were brighter than these, and I didn't really experience too much of a problem with them, and not icing over either, but that's probably more related to the fact that I wasn't driving in the conditions to actually cause that to happen. So I can't really answer any of those questions with honesty. I think they run hot enough that for me, in the conditions I drive in, I think they're going to be okay. I mean, I've not really had any complaints the last 5 years I've lived here with LED lights, as I've said before. But in terms of their light output, they look great when I'm driving. I mean, obviously at this time of year now, we're getting into the time where it's going to be light 24 hours a day, so it's not getting dark so late anymore. So I'm probably not driving in complete darkness in this clip, but it gives you an idea that they do perform really well. I'm pretty happy with them. I think they're much better than the last set of lights anyway, which is why I accepted them, just purely based upon, you know, the certification and also the fact that they're biased to driving on the right hand side of the road. So hopefully it won't be blinding oncoming drivers. Anyway, that's it really. I just want to say a big thanks to LOYO. Appreciate you sending the lights over. The links are in the description if you're interested in these lights or want to know more about them. Yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.